I don't know whether it's a liability or an asset, because sometimes I feel like I'm 3 or 4 different people. I want to paint a while and it's just burn within me just to paint, 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 paint. Then that cools off, and then I want to play my music, you know. That cool off, I want to write poetry. I want to do this. I want to do something else. Actually, I feel sometimes like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I met this young lady in 1932 who was an undertaker's daughter. So she invited me to see her father's undertaker shop. Then she began to explain to me about all the different coffins, half couch or full couch. All that I didn't like anyway, because I wasn't interested in death nor dying. So one night she came to a party where we were playing. At that time, my group was called the Four Keys. And so she was a little tipsy, so she walked over to each member, and she walked over to Mr. Martin. She says, I know who you are. You are Duke Ellington. And so she came to Bogan, the guitar player, says, you are Ted Lewis. Then she sounded over to me and she says, you Armstrong, I know you're Armstrong, but you're not the Louie Armstrong. That Louie, you're just plain old Louie Bluie, that's what you are. And so I used the name to record on the later. Not the old bone. Not your fingers, it's your mind. You didn't miss anything on the table this morning with your fingers.
I know I didn't miss because I didn't have nothing after you got through with it.
Hey, Mr. Yank Rachel, how you like those goodies?
I wouldn't let you play in my backyard.
Why you letting me play in your backyard?
Because I ain't gonna let you in my backyard.
Well, what about Bogan here?
Bogan can come in there.
He can come in?
Yeah, but you can't.
Oh, you don't think so much of me?
No.
Hey, Ted, when did you make this tune? You forgot when you recorded this, didn't you?
No.
What year? Why did we record this old tune?
Right here in Chicago.
What year?
1934.
That was down the Merchandise Mart, wasn't it? The guy told us that we played any faster that the thing would catch on fire. You remember that?
Yeah.
It's my greatest hope and fondest joy to talk about Mr. Bogan here, and how I brought him out of the land of the valley and the shadow. But he's never been anything but a Casanova all of his life. If I'm lying, I hope something big comes out of the woods and grab me. The dude, there wasn't a thing wrong with his looks. Women fell for the dude head over heels. We used to call him Mr. Black Gable. He had that smile, you know, and some chick bought him a gold crown. And every opportunity he was showing that piece of gold, you know. Women fell over all kinds of ways about this dude. He was so greedy after women, just like a one-eyed cat watching two rat holes. What they write, Bowden?
Tell me when you hear nothing, say nothing.
But really, this dude had a way with women. That's why, right today, he's no good as marriage material. See what I mean? Men and women would just see him and want to take him
You
down.
married too, and they both divorced you.
Anyway, I had a pretty nice handwrite. And when I met Ted, Ted saw, he couldn't believe all the curly cues and all the stuff I used to make. He said, hey, man. I said, what is those, dude? He said, I want you to drop a few little scrawls to my women. You women? What women? How many got? Well, I just got 2. We're going to write 2 today. I said, okay. I write it, and I put you should have seen what I wrote to this gal, Sidney Ted. I wrote some beautiful letters, and so I said, well, I was getting ready, to put them in the envelope. I said, those dudes, I might as well. I backed the envelope. Sure did. Put the right name on the envelope, didn't I? Only one catch, I put the wrong letter in the envelope. I put 1 in one wrong, 1 in the other one wrong. But to me, that was a righteous deed.
What did the women say that got the letters, Ted?
I haven't heard from them.
They gave him the silent treatment. What do you think they said?
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Oh, that was the sweetest day of my life.
Met a gal at the cabaret. Pretty mama, I'm going your way. You may know what it's all about. She got me home and she kicked me out. She hit me on my nose and on my chin. Don't let me catch you here again. She beat me from the kitchen back to the door. She beat me across my head till my head got sore. But that'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. At the cabaret, pretty mama, I'm going your way. You know what it's all about. She got me home and she kicked me out. She hit me on the
I'm enjoying what they call the golden year, because I can function yet like a man. I don't get in bed and go through some pretense. I don't care if the woman's young, middle-aged, old. Just like one time, my girl, she says, I forgot to ask you how old you are. I said, how old I am? I said, hell, I didn't know you wanted age. But if you want to know how old I am, by God, here's my birth certificate. Stick it straight up where you sit. Nothing wrong with your jawbone and all the muscles of your mouth. Because you got a mouth like the mammal's caving. Thank you very much.
The only thing that's wrong with you, you
What's
got
that?
too much mouth.
Thank you, sir. Did you hear what he said? You couldn't hear too well for your children too loud.
I'll give you something if you want something.
Huh? What's
If
that?
I had one biscuit and you hadn't eaten nothing in a month,
You do
I'd
what?
break it in 2 and eat both pieces.
I believe you. And he tells you about that, isn't it, Ted?
Yeah, I break it.
Good as I've been to him. I brought him up here and introduced him to the best woman ever you ever saw, the best gal. You know who she was. He married her and then he regretted it. How many kids did y'all have, Yank?
Never had one. Never could have one. No.
Well, your wife had a bunch of them.
Well, that was her. You have to ask her.
Well, you take care of somebody else's ends.
We all do that. Somebody took care of you, maybe.
Now, wait a minute. What is that? Pants?
That's what they're.
You know, you always did like a lot of color. Were you? I've seen clowns in circus wouldn't wear that crap you got. You could play checkers on that damn suit you got there. You know, when I knew you, you wore kind of conservative clothes. Now you just wear anything you can get, don't you? That's the shirt I want. That orange one, you know, with the green stripe in it. See, you ought to give me that one on account of, I'd let you have your first pair of store-bought shoes that you ever wore. What, you give it to me?
You can give me $5 for that.
Okay, put that on the counter that I have is no money. You done quit drinking now, haven't you? You used to drink sweat off a grape, anything, you know.
Well, that's used to.
No, I liked you a whole lot better when, you know, you see, I liked you when you were a drunkard because you were an honest drunkard. But now, you're a hypocrite and a big lie. You stopped drinking. You were honest when you were drinking. Why can't I relate to you the way you are, man? Can't even play my good old time low-down funky blues anymore. Mm-hmm. I seen the time if I asked you for this old jive church, you'd say, here, take it. Louie Bluie, take it and go.
I told you to take it and go.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You know I'm telling you something. You the best fella ever I saw in the world.
See that?
You got another one. I'll tell you some more good. Hey, look. You see this picture here?
Yeah.
That's the old blast furnace. All this I drew from memory, you know. Didn't have photographs and things.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do all our
Who was
watching.
that?
Well, they were the wash women. You just go out to the tree and watch. And this is me when I used to lead a blind man around, take up nickels and dimes and pennies for him. And this is the guy they called Cheese, used to play piano from Birmingham, Alabama. This was old lady Satterfield, a village mother, you know. She's over 100 years old. Mm-hmm. That's the old hearse. And this is the house where I used to live. I've been exposed to music all my life. The town that I grew up in was called Follett, Tennessee. There were 11 of us in the family. All those older than me could play some instrument. So I started off playing music by listening to my dad, and he gave me some instructions on the mandolin and whatnot, because after he got into the preaching business, they decided, he and his church members, that that was the devil's instrument, and it wasn't becoming for a minister to play string music, so he threw his old mandolin in my lap. See, this is a picture I know you recognize, old photograph.
Sure.
We used to play in all the damn hedges and highways, street corners, and everywhere. Country fairs. And you know, during that time, there was a whole lot of black fiddlers who could really play. But they couldn't get in to compete with the white fiddle players. Never could. And they would let me get in on a fiddler's contest. And they were guys in there fiddling and scraping. Couldn't play a damn enough music to keep the flies off a dog dick. Many people didn't know, especially those in the cities, you know, that black people, you know, black musicians, string bands, whatnot, played country music too. We used to play hold-downs and all that sort of music, like Ida Reed, John Henry, and Captain Hen. That's really a hard number to do.
I ain't seen you in ages.
Well, it's good to be back, but anyway, it's kind of like walking in a dream. My brother Roland was playing in the band I was playing in Knoxville. So we had a little engagement at that radio station, WROL. Everybody all up and down the strip had the little sets turned on because, you know, we were going to come over big, you know. And all I used to do, Ed, just take a piece of music and run it down, and then I had it, you know, and I had that.
Yeah, you play any kind of music, anything.
Yeah. And I had it on until the man announced the band. He says, now, ladies and gentlemen, our feature for the evening is Tennessee Chocolate Drops. And they're going to play as their first selection, I Miss a Little Miss, Who Misses Me in Sunny, Tennessee. My mind went just as blank as the Red Sea. So I didn't know how to start it. Sometimes you play intro back then, you know. And I fiddled it, indeed. I fiddled all the way from C to E flat. And my brother Roland chewed tobacco, and he played the bass, and he leaned over and tried to whistle the song, you know, so I would get the start, and got string along the tobacco and started coughing, and it tickled me, and it came to me. And then we picked up the song. And so the next day, all the cats on the street said, man, said, you guys really were cooking the last night, but look at here, I said, that was the craziest intro ever I heard. I said, you don't know how near you came not even getting a song. That's when we used to play up on Vine Street.
Used to be another blind guy played over there at the boarding house over in Funny's Hill.
Well, that was the guy that I left here with.
Mm-hmm. He had a great big bass violin. You know?
His brother Carl played the bass fiddle.
Well, they made
I didn't know you knew that old boarding house was over there.
Well, I've been here 66 years. What are you talking about?
Now watch yourself now.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
Well, the first string bands that I came in contact with were just local bands in the hills of Round Follett. And they were made up of fellas who even worked in the mine. Doug Cole worked at the blast furnace. Most of the string bands composed just whatever came to hand. They had mandolin, fiddles, guitar. Once in a while, you would see a sax, but they didn't figure that they belonged in a string band. Black musicians played so many things. Stovepipe, cue sticks, broom handles, jugs. I mean, could really blow a jug.
I've been home about 4 o'clock. Knocked on the door and found it locked. Down to the window and I took a peek there, laid a sheet there, fast asleep. Got along to me by the phone again, trying to lift that there. Oh, baby, talking. So crazy about mine. I'm on out about falling rain. I believe it's gonna carry on.
I organized a little string band. I played the fiddle, and my brother Roland played the homemade bass my dad made out of a goods box. My brother L.C. played the guitar, and F.L., the baby boy, 6 years old, he played the banjolele or the ukulele. My band played all the same kinds of jobs as other black string band did in those days. We would play for outings, picnics, fish fries. Our biggest plays were done for the elite of white people, you know. The upper crust, as we used to say, the sedity white people, we would play for those banquets and all those different things. Maybe they would have a political campaign, and they would hire us to go out, play on excursions and things like that. We couldn't play the blues, you know, for the white people. We learned how to play the pop songs, you know, like Brown Eyes, Why You're Blue. if you came out there playing some low-down blues, they'd pack up and leave. Either you'd have to pack up and run because they put some heat on you that you couldn't stand. This is my sister-in-law. I don't care how many times she's been married, she's still my sister-in-law. The feeling hasn't changed. She was married to my brother, Reverend Roland Armstrong. You know your brother was a good musician, Willie Osmond?
Yes, he was.
Arthur was a good musician. And your dad, you know, he played everything, Nellie, Mr. Osmond.
Yes, he did.
And my dad, you know, Reverend Armstrong, TF, he used to play. As a matter of fact, he taught me how to play.
Yes.
On old Taterbug mandolin, you know.
He also taught me the ukulele.
But I didn't know that your sister Mary over here, that she could play all that much music. You know, yesterday when we came by, she seemed to be very, very shy.
Yes.
But she really can set thing on fire,
Yes,
can't she?
she sure can.
So they say, we'll have a recitation by Marvin McDowell. Gross nerve beats, we flit one little sandpiper, and I cry, that's enough of that, you know. So the teacher, after about 3, got up there and said, he said, now let me tell you, the next one says anything about that doggone sandpiper, I'm going to take him to the cloakroom. But the sad part, you see, my poor mother was sitting back there and some other parents, and that old chicken-eating preacher they call Reverend Parks, I didn't like him very well.
Mm-hmm.
So after they all had recited the thing about 3 times, well, they called on me. We're going to have a recitation by Master William Howard Armstrong. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was me.
Uh-huh.
Mama just looked back and smiled so pretty, you know, and said, you tell him, Tiger.
Uh-huh.
And all the kids were very happy because they knew they were going to hear something unusual, at least different, you know.
Uh-huh.
I got out with my little Boy Scout shoes on, you know, and got the right stance, just like I was Abraham Lincoln, you know. And I even addressed a faculty, student, body, and friends. I says, I'm going to talk about a bird, but it's a different bird. It's not going to be a sandpiper. One that you're all familiar with, Mama nodded. You tell him, son. I ran back. That old woman was just beaming with pride. I said, that woodpecker flew to the schoolhouse yard. He wanted to peck because his pecker was hard. The woodpecker flew to the schoolhouse door. He pecked so long till his pecker got sore. Then they were getting up. I saw him getting up back there. Then the woodpecker, he pecked so all night till the break of day. When the sun rose up, he flew away. And by that time, they had me by the ear, by the feet. Oh, even old man Parks had me there, up and like to beat all the hide off me, man. That was my last time, I think, appearing in school. Oh, my goodness. Wait. You lying about you forgot that, girl. Ooh. Now, here's something that you got that it used to be common, you know. There's a little hen here. I guess you don't know where the helping salt shakers went. That was old hen.
Yeah, we've had that the many of a year. That belongs to my wife.
Really?
Yeah, I remember always.
Well, look.
I don't remember you.
No, well, I lived on 7th Street years ago. And houses that were so close together you could piss out one window and puke out the other. The first screen doors and things that I saw, I thought it were put up there to keep the flies in the house, not out of the house. And if Mama's favorite preacher was there, eating up my daddy's good fried chicken, well, I found the flies, and they would give me the wing. See, that was awful fine, eating, you know, the chicken wing. But that old preacher, old Reverend Parks, Mama had the chicken cut up so it would look like a whole lot of chicken, you know. And they started in on the tender parts, you know, like the breast, you see. And that melted in his mouth. Then he got down to the drumsticks, and he just drank those almost. But when he got around, and he just indiscriminately, he stuck his fork in whatever part of the chicken was close to him. And he happened to stick the fork in one of my wings, and man, I fell on the table. Cried, screamed like a wildcat. Mama had to drag me to the woodshed and lambasted me. Well, look at this goose. He done ate up all the chicken. He got one piece, and he's gonna save that for his supper tonight.
How many did he start with?
I don't know. I think he had, look, there's the whole thing, and it's empty. The whole big thing. He just like the old woman, you know, that saved the supper for breakfast and died before morning.
Well, chicken ain't nothing but a bird, you know.
You sure love it, don't you? You have a love affair with a piece of chicken.
Chicken ain't nothing but a bird.
Yeah, but there's one thing I can say about that bird, Mr. Rachel. He hasn't got long to live. When you get your grippers on him, you sink your 3220s in him, you won't live long.
Ain't no way.
I done told you.
3220.
You know, them big graveyard toothpicks he got up there. But he loves Colonel about as well as you love MacDonald. There were different ethnic groups there in this part of Tennessee where I was, and they had, of course, Jim Crow, the discriminatory practices and whatnot. We weren't supposed to cross over the line, but being little kids and things we did. I played with the little Italians, the little Hungarians, little Polish kids, you know. Well, I was speaking better Italian grammatically than I was English. And so when I first came to Chicago in the 30s, it served me in good stead. Mine was the only black group that could go among these different ethnic groups because I could make out in speaking the language and also playing the type of music most of them liked.
One Astamilaba, Rishko, Yandese, Parispa, Rishko, one Astamilaba, Rishko, Yandese, Parispa.
Tinkuyapani.
Listen, Mom.
How you like that, Brother Rachel?
Well, it'll do. I have seen better.
I've seen better. You act like you haven't heard anything.
No, I didn't. I didn't see it.
We started pulling doors right after we got here. Pulling doors was like 3 or 4 guys just to get together. Didn't matter what the instrumentation was. And we had no particular place to play, you know. Didn't have any gig, that is. And we'd I said, well, look, man, I'm going to pull the door, the first door. You don't know whether you're going to get a custody door thrown in your face or thrown out or maybe invited in. And we ran on a little Italian place they call La Casita. And I didn't know that they were angry because Joe Louis beat this big fighter they called Primo Carnero. And I walked in front with my violin, and the little place was hazy with these little stogies, they call them, little Italian cigars, you know. The smoke was everywhere, just blew in there. The atmosphere was really, really hostile. I tried to back out, and I backed up on the guitar player. He backed up on the washboard player, and he backed up on the bass fiddle player who blocked the door. So something told me, I don't know, the devil might have stuck his tail in my ear. He said, talk Italian. And I started rattling off my Tennessee Italian. And so right away, the whole atmosphere changed. And I told him I could play Italian music. He said, suonate la musica molto pronto, presto. Play it right away. I almost tore the lid off that old ragged fiddle case I had, trying to get it out fast enough. Then after we had gotten full of that good old Dago Red and whatnot that they were serving us, the boys got a little tipsy. And we were playing one particular song they called Oh Marie. And some of the guys thought they were really singing good, singing Italian. And they were saying, oh my leg, oh anything, you know. Italians say, all your boys are singing good Italian, you know. Some of the guys were singing oh my leg and oh whatever, and they just blame anything they could think about, say, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what got us out of that little scram, man. Yeah. And every time God said, what you dudes going on Monday, man? We're going to play from Italian. Not me. And we played over here at that place. What was that pretty song that you told me? You know, I don't know it so well, but you said.
My Four Reasons.
Yeah, My Four Reasons.
Oh, yeah, I wrote that in jail, man.
Did you write in jail?
Yeah.
What were you in jail for?
Now, you see, that's getting a little personal.
Oh, excuse me. I thought it was the time that you found a rope in the street and the reason put you in jail. They didn't put you in jail for the rope. You had a pig on the other end of the rope. Is that right?
All right.
Well, anyway, come on.
You want me to play a little so you can see what this is?
Play a little bit first. Bring up on, Tommy. Yeah.
I hate a girl who's full of note, kicks and junk and uses Joe. That's one of my four reasons. Who rolls around below her knees and flirts with those and flirts with these. That's two of my four reasons. And when she uses garlic, eats Limburger cheese, I get a weakness spot down around my knees. Now, folks, I've told you this and that, my mind's at ease.
Yes.
That's all for my foes. I got it. And uses Joe. Yeah. That's one of my four reasons. Rolls around below her knees and flirts with those and flirts with these. That's two of my four reasons. And when she chews that garlic, eats some burger cheese, I get a weakness way down around my knees. Oh, told you this, told you that. My mind's at ease. That's one of my four reasons.
I'd hate to wake up anywhere and see that. You know, nighttime, daytime, summertime, winter, and the other time. See, I'm a realist. If you're going to be an artist, paint something that looks like something at least you can relate to. That, I don't know. It's just like something that jumped out of the Twilight Zone. That's how I feel about it. Whole lot of money, a big bunch of bullshit went down the drain. You know what I mean? You could pick that up most anywhere. You know, may not be quite as big as that, just put it right together and pile it on deeper. I don't think the people who got it, they know what the hell they were doing in the first place. And then I took it home and painted it.
How did you come to be an artist?
Well, that's a pretty long story. I'll tell you a little bit. See, I was raised down in Tennessee. And it was a big family of us. My dad was a painter, but he had to work hard, see. And so I didn't even have paint to use. I would go out and get pokeberry ink to make my red, steal my mother's blue ink to make blue, and get walnut stain to make yellow, you know what I mean? And you know what else I did?
What?
To get my brushes, I pulled the hairs out of a cat's tail and jammed, put them in a quill, you know, goose quill, and made me a brush. There wasn't a cat in that neighborhood like me. Then the first time that I saw it rain on some crepe paper, it solved my problem. I saw that dye running out of the paper, you know, in the rain. All colors, you know. And then I got me some scraps of crepe paper, squeezed it out in a bottle. Then I had me some nice ink to paint with. And the first Christmas that I got my set of watercolors, a whole brand new set, 4 colors, I slept with them. Oftentimes people would see me paint, hear me play or something like that. And sometimes they would say, oh, you're not all black. You must be mixed with something, aren't you? And my wife said, yes, sir, I can tell you what, to be exact, he's a half-breed. He's half black and half jackass. And so that was awful bad on me. I didn't like that. And if I'd have been a wife-beaten man, I would have gone right upside her head, put 5 of clubs on her, and trumped her little act. They're twin brothers. Usually one half is in jail most of the time. I'm a heathen. Shit. I can give my money to a whore. We can give it to a damn preacher when I want to give it to him for. Preacher's a regular legalized pimp. You start talking about hell and damnation, looking right dead in the sister's drawers. A lot of people didn't care too much about Jesus because he was too humble and meek. Who in the fuck cares about somebody nodding his damn head when a guy's getting ready to kick his ass? I want to show you something. Some of my artwork, you know.
Yeah.
This is something I'm sure you've never seen anything like it before. See? Special book, you know, that I drew myself, wrote and everything. It's called the Whorehouse Bible.
It
and
is.
you take a look through that.
Ooh, yeah.
If you see anything that make your ears wiggle, you know.
Yeah.
Or you can open up and see what it's like, you see. All like that. More truth than poetry, see.
Yeah, I see.
Actually, this is called the ABCs of pornography, see? And each letter tells about some particular act, you know, what it stands for. And it's not about intercourse altogether. But I think there's a little knowledge that can be gained if you read the book all the way through about different things that we don't ordinarily hear about. You see, a lot of people think that pornography is something vicious or ugly and all like that. But it is a basic part of our life, believe it or not.
Yeah, I imagine that. You got a lot of writing.
Huh?
A lot of history and writing.
Well, a lot of it was done sporadically, you know. It took a little over a year, I think. So I've even got some things in here about Cleopatra and Queen of Sheba.
Well, what's he's cooking?
Sure, but you see who's coming in the door, don't you? Jody. See, he's got it open, a chilling pot, you know.
But he's been up here.
Yeah, and a woman's husband's coming home.
Oh, my goodness.
Of course, you know what happened, don't you?
Yeah, I
He
got
was
an idea.
he was a candidate for early funeral. You see that woman sticking out so far behind?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that what we call stidiopigeon, and that's mean that you have a lot of fat in your gluteus maximus, you know, your buttocks, you see. Many women in this country, especially of African origin, have a lot of fat behind, you know. Some of them stick out so damn far, you can put a saddle on them and ride, you know. The guy told me it's a certain part of his anatomy, when he looked at one of those women sticking out, got harder than a Chinese arithmetic problem. Man, turn around to that face.
Boy, that's careless. This is some book.
Well, sure, it's some book. It's a special book, see? Make a weak-minded fool go stone crazy. That's all there is to it, see? Now, that's the man, death. He's the biggest pimp of all. That's death. I don't care how good you feel or what you're feeling for. When he says checkmate, my man, it's all over.
Did you use models for this?
Yes. Mental models.
Oh, my God.
This was in the Jet magazine about this black woman born with 2 vaginas, man. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't catch that.
She had 5 kids, 3 out of 1 and 2 out of the other. Really, but what I can't understand, how the heck did they keep going which ones you had the babies out of?
That's
That's what got me.
That's something.
That's right.
Well, why do you keep this book locked up?
Well, I have to keep it locked up, keep a man from locking me up. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was always the order. That was always. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah.
And I've got a record here, an old 78 RPM you made about 40 or 50 years ago.
Who did?
You did.
That must have been my daddy made that.
Well, maybe. But I could have sworn it was your fiddle I heard just a second ago. Do you have any idea how rare that is now?
Oh, yes, I know it is because we never did even get to see the record. The guy bought us a hamburger and he flew the coop and did the Houdini.
Yeah, you played the fiddle on this back
Sure
then.
did. I played the fiddle on it, and I also played the mandolin too, because on the State Street Rag. Vine Street Rag.
Okay. Yeah.
What you want me to sign? What's my name on? Didn't even put my name on, did he?
I know it. That's not much credit.
What is your name now?
Ron Brown.
R-O-N-B-R-O-W.
That's correct.
I wish I could write.
I can't believe that.
Ain't that something?
You got the finest cursive I've ever seen, I swear.
This guy's an artist, man. You ought to see some of his painting.
Oh, you
Do you play any B.B. King music?
Well, I don't. Now, listen. I'm glad you phrased it like that. Oftentimes when we've been playing in clubs and places, some white will come, hey, man, can you play B.B. King? I said, yeah, if you put some strings on him, tune him up, give me a fiddle, boy, I'll play the hell out of it, you know. But very seldom, I just play my own thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a heterogeneous thing. I played here when we didn't have electric guitars and fiddles. We used to play on the corner, man. We had a dude called Washboard Sam. Another guy played the guitar, played my fiddle. And we'd come over here and set up shop. The guys, you know, along back there like Bumblebee Slim, Tampa Red, Memphis Minute. And man, we passed a hat. We got all kinds of chips.
All right, my man, come on, check it out, see what we got for you today. How you doing?
Oh, everything's
got
cool.
Sunglasses, earrings?
Yeah, man.
Oil for the car, posters?
Well, I want to see what you got in here.
Let me show you some of these new wave sunglasses. Come from that new wave music, that punk rock. Toys for the mind.
How much are those smaller posters up there?
Yeah, those are $2.
You got the one with the butterfly on it?
I think we should have it. Is the right one, Howard?
Yeah, that's the right one, man. Turn up the other way.
The drag.
Now, I'm going to put that right over my bed, man. And I got a black light.
Okay.
You put that on, then that jive will jump right at you, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Look like it's right before you.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I want to wish you success.
Look, you know what old-time people used to say? I'm just proud to see if I found a strand of hair in my bread. I'm very glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you, too.
See you, man.
You have a good day now.
Will do.
All right, who's next with the paper?
What you say, bro? I don't know. I'm just looking.
You want to buy something?
Well, how do I know if I don't look? Isn't there harm in looking, or is there a price? Is there a price on looking? What's that in that brown bottle? Where you put it? On your arms, or between your toes, or where? When I was up in West Virginia, Martin and I, we joined this black man, and I knew he was black as I was, but he said he was a Hindu. Then he called himself Leon de Bondara, and he made snake oil, and he had they call them trailers and campers now, but we call them house cars back then, you know. We hit the road. There's one thing I must give the man. He had the gift of gab. He could make you see where fat meat was and greasy almost, because when he brought out his medicine and things, the bottle was worth more than what was in the bottle. That smells pretty good.
Does it?
Yeah, and that's $1, huh? It was really a quackery. He would look over the audience, usually be mostly men in the crowd. What's wrong with you? It's your kidneys. Poison has pervaded or invaded your whole system. And and not only, that's just the beginning. When your heart is palpitating, you got bags under your eyes. That's just part of what I want to tell you about. I'm not going to point you out. But there's some of you men out there, you're not functioning as a man. Or I'm not going to call your name. You know who it is that when's the last time your wife came to your bedroom? Don't tell me, because you don't have to, I know. He says, but I guarantee you, if you take just one bottle of this wonderful medicine for 3 days, she'll be breaking the door. But you have to get a new door, that's all there is to it, because she'll break the door down. To get into that, you'll be performing like you should as a man. If it was a pretty prosperous medicine show, they would get fellas to play music. That's where we came in. And I was playing a banjo, mandolin, and I was really plunking the thing, and Martin was singing. And not only could Martin sing and pick his guitar, he could dance too. And he knew how to do what they call bucking wing. And tap dancing wasn't as well known as it is today, see. But it wasn't nothing but just kind of from old buck dancing, you know.
Out of all our hustling ground, we couldn't raise the rent in the way we tried. My mother took in washing, sis done the ironing. I helped around the town by shining shoes. My daddy walked around, looked like he owned the town, spending all the money buying moonshine. Take your boys down. He's an empty well.
There ain't no sound like the old days. They ain't got that spirit in them. They ain't got that kind of stuff in them to play that side. This man here, this man is doing something that when he plays and sings the blues on with that mandolin, if you've been down in my part of the country and sleep of mornings and hear a guy going to work in a deck of overalls and an overhaul jacket with creases in the pants, and he's on his way to work and hear him strumming on a mandolin and singing the blues or a guitar and singing the blues, then you've had it. You don't hear that now.
Chicago's West End nightclub welcomes back Howard Armstrong, Banjo Ikey Robinson, Tom Armstrong, Yank Rachel, and Mr. Ted Fogan.
This is the last tune, ladies and gentlemen. Give Mr. Logan no mean for you to drag your feet and drag your hand. Get it, take it, and get with it.
Diamond Dog Blue. It's a song I made in 1929.
You mean A.D. or D.C.?
In 1929, I'm 30 years old, 35 now.
So we'll be old as Jack Benny one.
I'm trying to tell you, but you won't hear.
See, blues has been a way of life with all
from way back in the fields
people.
of the cotton.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I remember back in Tennessee, I would go to one of these old Saturday night catfish rides, you know, and we'd be just swimming away. We'd be laying it down, man. The atmosphere was really getting ripe, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Whole lot of cats, you know, they didn't know what soap and water was, no how, man. And the place was catfish.
They didn't care what it was.
Well, you know, all them chillins and catfish going on, man. It was hell in there, you know what I mean? And I started some more low-down funky blues on the upbeat, you know. And the chicks got to wiggling their bellies and their rear end. Oh, do it, baby. Throw it in Tug River, man. That's all. I got down on my knees and started crawling across the floor playing my fiddle. And then got so smart, I put it behind my head and started playing my thing. I'm telling you, man. It's real, Blue.
Well, that's real. That's history, man.
Well, that's our history, anyway. You always wear a grouch.
He put that nickel in there. Me and
No,
Armstrong
no.
put up first.
Hey,
You
not
you
that
bling.
shit. Yeah, bling, but my dollar
Well,
don't.
put something else up there. You know,
He put
He put that.
Armstrong
That's a
He
friend.
just over there.
He's a friend.
Don't fall out, y'all, and kill
No,
me.
he's a friend.
Over a nickel.
No, I know people got killed over 2 cents.
I know a man got killed over a nickel, but he was reaching in the pot taking
Well, I
money.
know a man got killed the other day over nothing and it don't play.
The man
He
or
come
woman
in there
got
and
killed.
shot him.
Mm-hmm.
Shot him?
Somebody
What?
got killed up in there near me
No,
there,
damn.
up there on 71st and something. Man or woman. Somebody come in there and killed both of them.
Oh, no, you don't.
top card.
Well, put it over here. What you taking it back for?
Give me that money.
Yeah.
Shit.
2A, you got 2 pair.
Well, sure I have. That's 4. Give me a dime.
No, you pull all this back now.
Yeah, and some more.
And that.
Yeah.
And then you already in there.
I'm already up.
Now let me know when you're through scrabbling over money. See, this is an old-time, slave-time tale, you understand? I ain't told in poetical form, see. Now, Jack met the devil with a pot on his back, a tipping through the morning juice. He say, I'm looking for a nigger that's long and black, case I craves a nigger stew. I love lean meat, don't like 'em fat. Lean meat's tasty and sweet. You see, I go for a heap of that. When I find this nigger Jack, I'll have a feast. The white folks say he's a lazy coon who likes to kick up his heels. He possum hunts by the light of the moon and fucks the wenches when the men's in the field. Jack know the devil couldn't see too well, but his nose got a great big whip of that great big funky pussy smell. So the devil say, boy, you smell just right. And he began to grin. But in a second, Jack was out of sight, running just like the wind.
That pussy.
Now the book. Who made the book?
I ain't talking about the book. I'm talking about the pussy. That's what I'm interested in. I ain't interested in no
What
book.
kind of answer do you want for that?
Well, I can't do nothing with a book.
I say it is a belongs to the church now and everything, see.
I belong to church, too.
Well, if you belong to church, you ought to know a lot about it.
Well, I know about it.
The preacher's usually the biggest.
So I know the man in the church preaching. One was out all the clothes, and the preacher said, don't peek. Said, do you go blind? Deacon said, well, I ain't gonna peek, bro, but down if I ain't gonna risk one eye. He looked like hell.
Skies are cloudy and gray. They only gray for a day. Wrap your troubles in dreams. Dream all your troubles away. Wait for that old sun to shine through, you know. Nothing really more than you can do. Wrap your troubles in dreams. Dream your troubles away. Castle may tumble, that's fate after all. Life is really funny just that way. Ain't no need to crumble, just smile when they fall. Weren't you queen king for a day, now say? Just remember that the sunshine.
I'm not ashamed to tell anybody my age. I am 75 years, not old, but 75 years young, because I have most of the attributes that young men should have. I have interest in life and full of energy, full of pep. Most of all, I'm full of curiosity, because that is one thing that keeps you young. I'm doing with my life every morning that I get up. That is my life. And whatever activity for the day I want to get in, that's what I get into. I don't know what the heck is coming. I guess I must be going to wind up in the Twilight Zone.